So for lesson 2.3, this is all about factoring and division of polynomials. So yung division of polynomials, this is just an added information for this lesson. So here, you'll be able to identify the different methods of factoring. Then, if you know those methods, so you can now factor different forms of polynomials. And then we also have factoring by grouping here. And then lastly, I will show you the two methods on how to divide polynomials. The first one is by using long division, and the second one is by using synthetic division. So let's jump on what is factoring all about. So pag sinasabing factoring, it refers to the process of writing polynomial as a product of either two numbers or two or more expressions. Let's say we have 6. 6 can be a product of two prime numbers, 2 and 3. And if you're going to factor out a certain number class, always express it into its factor of prime numbers. Dapat prime numbers lang. Then how about 8? 8 can be a factor of prime number, which is 2 times 2 times 2. This is simply 2 cubed. So ganyan lang mag-factor ng number. How about if we have expression? Let's say I have here an expression x cubed y. This can also be expressed as a factor of x squared times xy, only for monomial. How about if we have a binomial? Let's say I have here 8 minus 4. Just a number muna. So, para malaman natin yung factor natin dito, of course, try to find the factor of each number here. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 for 8. How about for 4? We only have 2 times 2. Therefore, yung common pala nila is dalawang 2. So dalawang 2. Therefore, ano yung dalawang 2 or 2 squared is 4. Then, yung matitira na lang kapag yung 8 is dinidivide natin ng 4, just equal to 2. Then 4, dinidivide natin ng 4 is just equal to 1. So, ganito mag-factor. If we apply this to our, method in our expressions, let's say we have a binomial expression. Mayroon tayong binomial na 2x squared plus x. So the common factor here is x, since x can be seen for both terms. So factor out x. So 2x squared divided by x, the answer is 2x. Ang x divided by x is equals to 1. So 2x plus 1. So ito yung factor mo. And this belongs to the general form of, or the general method in factoring. So doon tayo magja-jump. So for the general method of factoring monomials, so ganito yon, the common monomial factor. Let's say we have a binomial 5a minus 10b. Una natin gawin, class, this is the first method. So para hindi kayo mataranta, please class, common muna yung dapat mong i-factor out. Common, common. Again, common, common, common. Para hindi kayo di mo maratol during taking an exam. So, common muna. And in doing a common monomial factor, ganito gagawin mo. You should look at the coefficient and also the variables. So, let's look at the variable first. We have variable A and variable B. Do they have a common? No, because both of them are different. How about our coefficient? So, 15 and 10. We can simplify or factor out 15 and 10 into 5 times 3 A minus 5 times 2 B. Therefore, 5 is common to both terms. So, 5 can be factored out. So, factor natin 5. What's left on the first term is 3A na lang. How about on the second? Since kinukuha na yung 5, So, minus 2b na lang. So, ganito pala mag-factor out ng common. For second example, so we have here 6x cubed minus 4x. So, kung titingnan natin yung una, yung variable niya, we have x cubed and x squared. Since common nila both terms ang x, so i-factor out natin una yung x. So, factor out yung x, yung matitira na lang sa first term is just x squared kasi kinukuhaan siya ng isang x. So, minus 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. For the second, since nawala na si x, so 4 na lang. Then, after that, hindi dyan nagtatapos kasi dapat tingnan mo yung common factor for variable and coefficient. So, sa coefficient na naman tayo, we have 6 and 4. What is the factor of 6 and 4? So, sulat natin, x times 6 can be written as 2 times 3 times x squared. Then, our 4 can be written as 2 times 2. So, as you can see, we have a factor here, 2 and 2. Therefore, we can extract this one out, or we can factor out. This can be equal to 2x times what's left on the first term. We only now have 3x squared. How about on the second term? Since 2 is extracted or has already been extracted, what's left is yung negative 2 na lang. So therefore, this would be our factor. So let's jump to example number 3. You are given negative 4x squared plus 2x minus 16. So in this case, una nating tingnan is meron bang factor, common yung variable? No. Bakit? Kasi sa third term, wala tayong variable. So, hindi pwede. How about the coefficient? Of course, all terms has coefficient. So, itatry natin i-factor out. Now, I've noticed na yung 12, meron siyang 4. Kasi, di ba, 4 times 3. Na-notice ko rin na yung 16 is 4 and 4 din. So, therefore, 4 yung ating target dito. So, you just remain the first term as negative 4 x squared. But on the second term, this is a factor of 4 times 3. Then, x. Kahit na sinasabi ko kanina na please write your coefficients as a factor of prime numbers, kung gawin mo yun, medyo dalawa yung ma-extract mo. So, inaano ka na lang na yung na-extract ko dito is 2 prime numbers, 2 times 2. So, para magiging 4 na siya, para mas madali tayo. Then, how about for 16? So, this is negative 4 times 4. So, you can see we can factor out 4 because 4 is common for the 3 terms. So, therefore, this can be equal to, factor out yung 4 half, 4 times, matitira sa first term is negative x squared. How about on the second? Positive 3x. On the third, we have negative 4. So, if this expression here inside the parentheses can be further simplified, so out of scope muna tayo dito sa rule number 1 natin. As long as napakita natin na ganyan pala mag-factor out para sa common na monomial factor. And I think merong sumali. Let's check. So we have Miss Alvarez. So welcome. Dito na tayo sa lesson 3, factoring. We have example number 4. So for example number 4, we have x minus 2 times 2x plus x minus 2 times 3. We have two terms. Ito, tsaka ito. This is an example of factor by grouping. As you've noticed, obvious na sa both terms, we have a common factor of x minus 2. Therefore, we need to extract this x minus 2. So let's extract this. Or factor out, we have x minus 2 times what's left on the first term. Ito na lang si 2x. So, 2x. How about on the second term? Si 3 na lang. So, 2x plus 3. So, ganun lang pag factor out ng common. Last, we have x cubed minus 3x squared. The common for both terms is x squared. Yung pinakamaliit na exponent. Yun talaga yung i-factor out mo. Hindi pwede sa x cubed kasi mas malaki siya. Magka-create ka ng denominator sa ibang term mo. So, x squared yung i-factor out natin. So, x squared. What's left for the first term? X cubed divided by x squared is just simply x. How about the second term? We only have 3 since x squared divided by x squared is equals to 1. Therefore, this would be our final answer in factoring the common for a binomial expression. So, ganun siya. So, class, nakuha ra yung method, common factor. Always, class, lahat ng mga problems, common factor muna yung una mong gawin. So, for second, we have difference of two squares. Actually, this is just the reverse of our sum and difference of two numbers from the polynomial na lesson. So, reverse lang to kasi bakit? Because pag sinasabing x plus y multiplied by x minus y, the answer is x squared minus y squared. Therefore, if we factor this out, this is just equal to x plus y, x minus y. So let's apply it here in our example. Let's say in this example, or para hindi kayo malilito, I will just represent another variable. Let's say I have here, we have a plus b times a minus b. Then this is equal to a squared minus b squared. Therefore, to factor this one, this is just simply this, a plus b, a minus b. If we apply this in our example, since this is written as an expression squared minus an expression squared, therefore, we can let a as x plus 2. Then we can let b as y. So therefore, in factor out our example, this is just the same as a plus b times a minus b. So, try natin. So, this is equal to, anong a natin? X plus 2. So, x plus 2, ano yung b? Plus y. Plus y. The second one, a minus b. So, write natin a, x plus 2. Then yung b, y. So, minus y. So, this would be our final answer for the difference of two squares. Ito yung second na ano. Kasi, kung titingnan mo, wala silang common. So, another option is yung difference of two squares. Diba? Una natin method is yung common. Since walang common, difference of two squares can be applied. Next, another example for the difference of two squares. So, we have here 16x to the fourth minus 81. So, we need to factor out the common first, muna yung standard. Since 16 is 4 times 4, and 81 is 9 times 9, wala silang common, therefore, hindi natin ano yung common na method. So, dito talaga tayo sa difference of two squares. As you can see, we can change or transform 16 into 4 squared. So we can write this as 4x squared. Diba class? The same lang. Kasi if we distribute it again, the resulting answer is 16x to the fourth. How about for 81? I can write here as 9 squared. So following our formula, which is a plus b times a minus b, where our a is 4x squared and our b is 9. Therefore, this is similar to 4x squared plus 9. And then we also have 4x squared minus 9. Class, we need to factor it out completely. Do you think this one cannot be factored anymore? But actually, pwede to siya, kaso it involves some imaginary number or a radical. So, let's just assume now we don't need those radical and imaginary numbers. We just want real numbers. So, the second one, class, may tanong ako sa iyo. Ito, ma-factor out ba ito or hindi na? What do you think? Class, ma-factor out ba yung second, yung 4x squared minus 9? What do you think, class? Ha? Diyan pa kayo? Ma-factor out ba yung 4x squared minus 9? Ito, ma-factor out ba ito? So, ma-factor out. How about the others? Ma-factor out pa ba? Ma-factor out pa? Okay. Okay, others say delete na. Ang uban, ma-factor out pa. So, let's try. Okay, ma-factor out. So, let's copy this one. 4x squared plus 9. Or we can just erase this para ma-focus tayo sa 4x squared minus 9. So, let's write again. So, we have 4x squared plus 9 and 4x squared minus 9. Actually, the second factor can be factor out pa siya. Why? Because this can be written as 2x squared minus 3 squared. Diba, class? Wherein it follows our a squared minus b squared. So, we let a is equals to 2x and b is equals to 3. Therefore, we can factor this as 2x plus 3, then factor out by 2x minus 3. Therefore, our factor pala sa 16x to the 4th minus 81 is 4x squared plus 9 times 2x plus 3, then 2x minus 3. So, mahaba siya. So, ito yung final answer niya. So, let's proceed to the next one. How about this one, x squared minus 2? So, this can be a factor as x. Okay, dito tayo kasi medyo ano to. Do you think this can be factor out? Sir, yung 2. Like, meron bang number na kapag i-squared mo magiging 2? Actually, kung kung rational number, wala. Pero meron siyang irrational number, which is square root of 2. So, therefore, pwede pala ito ma-rewrite as x squared minus square root of 2 squared. So, given that we accept irrational numbers, if di tayo ma-accept ng irrational number, therefore, we cannot factor this one. So, since accept tayo ng rational number, therefore, we can factor this in a form a plus b times a minus b. So, this is equal to x plus square root of 2 multiplied by x minus square root of 2. So, ganun lang siya. This is how we are going to factor out this kind of example. Next, how about we have this one? Factoring a perfect square. So, kapag perfect square, class, this is just the reverse of the square of a binomial, wherein you have x plus y, or let's say this is a plus b squared. This is just simply written as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So, in order to prove that this is a perfect square, yung given example natin, it must be that the last term should be a perfect square number. So, let's check. 25, is this a perfect square? Yes, because this is the product of 5 and 5, or negative 5 and negative 5. How about the first term, a squared? Of course, we have here an invisible 1. So, 1 squared times 1 times 1 is 1. But, in order to prove it that this is a perfect square, you need to find the, you need to verify that the middle term should be twice the factor of the last term. So, here is 5. So, anong answer? Times the square root of the first. So, since 1 lamang ito, so 1 lang. The answer is 10. As you can see, this is negative 10. So, this is wrong. Hindi to siya yung factor. But, we have another option. We have negative 5. So, let's try. It must be that the second term should be twice the factor of the last term, so negative 5, times the factor of the first term, which is 1. Therefore, the answer is negative 10. So, it satisfies our middle term. So, therefore, yung factor pala natin for perfect square is just x. Ano nga yung pinili natin sa last term? Negative 5. So, therefore, minus 5. Then, square mo lang siya directly. Para pareho siya ng mukha dito. So, ganun lang. Ganun ka mag-factor ng perfect square. See to it that the last term is a perfect square and also the first term is a perfect square. And to prove for the middle, you let 2 times the factor of the last term times the factor of the first term will result to the middle term. So, kung result na siya, then that would be our answer. How about this one? So, again, dapat i-follow mo na ganito yung factor mo ha. Squared. Therefore, we need to find B. And we need to find A. And to verify that for the middle term, it must be that 2 times AB is the middle term. So, let's verify. What is the perfect square? Is 1 perfect square? Yes. Because you can multiply it 1 times 1 or negative 1 times negative 1. Negative 1. Then, how about the first term? We have negative 4 times negative 4 and 4 times 4. So, ganun lang. So, let's verify. Let's try. We have 2AB. So, 2, I choose A as 4. So, 4, positive 4. Then, I choose a positive B, sad na 1. Ano yung sagot? 4 times 2 is 8. Therefore, yung A pala natin is 4 and yung B natin is positive 1. So, therefore, our factor would be A natin is 4. So, 4x plus 1 squared. Ito yung factor natin for the perfect square. This is only applicable for perfect square. Next, we have sum of 2 cubes. So, for sum of 2 cubes, let's say if we have A cube plus B cube, this is the same as A plus B, then multiplied by A squared minus AB plus B squared. So if we distribute this to here, the resulting would be A cube plus B cube. So it's up to you na lang, class. Just prove it by yourself that that is equal to A cube plus B cube. So please use this and remember this, familiarize this one. Use this in order to factor out y cube plus 8. But for this example, you need to know, you need to convert this one into this form. So we can rewrite this as y cube. Then is 3 can be expressed as the cube of a number. Yes, this is equal to 2 cube. Therefore, pareho na sila sa form dito sa itaas. Then we can factor out pala into y plus 2 kasi diba a plus b multiplied by a squared. So a natin is y, so y squared minus, sabi na ito, a times b, so y times 2 or minus 2y. Then square mo sa b. Our b is 2, so 2 squared is 4. So this would be our final answer. And take note, class, we cannot factor the second factor anymore. Kasi yan na yung pinaka-simplified niya. Next, we have here, how about 3x cubed plus 192? So, sir, hindi natin ma-express yung 3 as a cube of a number. Although we can have 3 raised to 1/3. Ganon. Parang cube root of 3. Then raised to the power of 3. Actually, pwede rin, pero you just make things worse. Kasi, sa factoring, you should try to eliminate first the common. Kasi sa example na ito, meron talaga siyang common y. Because you can see, meron ditong 3. Let's verify whether 192 has a factor of 3. So we divide 192 by 3. So I have here a calculator, 192 divided by 3. The answer would be 64. So therefore, we can write this as 3x cubed plus 3 times 64. So we can now factor already the 3 here. So factor out 3, we have x cubed plus 64. So ito na lang yung problema natin sa loob para ma-convert nato into sum of two cubes. And as you've noticed, 64 can be expressed as a cube of a number which is equal to 4. So we can write 3 times x cubed plus 4 cubed. Then follow those formula. So we have 3 times x plus y, di ba? So x plus 4, then x squared. So we have x squared minus xy man. So minus 4x. So minus 4x. Then i-squared mo yung y, which is our 4. So we have plus 16. So ito pala yung factor ng example natin. Next, we proceed to the next one. Okay, dito may sagot na. So kung nakalimutan ko to na i-erase. So for difference of two cubes, you have here, you have x cubed minus y cubed is simply written as x minus y times x squared plus xy plus y squared. If you compare this one on the previous, meron siyang pattern. Kasi sa x cubed plus y cubed, yung answer natin or yung factor natin is x plus y, then we have x squared minus xy plus y squared. As you've noticed, for difference of two cubes, minus dito. Sa sum of two cubes, plus dito. However, sa second factor, for difference of two cubes, lahat positive. Sa sum of two cubes, may sa middle term lang yung mag-negative. So, yan lang yung titingnan mo. So, let's have an example here. We have x cubed minus 27. As you can see, 27 can be expressed as a cube of a number. So, it is 3. So, therefore, this is of the form x cubed minus y cubed, wherein our y is equals to 3. So, follow lang this formula here. You have x minus 3 times x squared plus xy, so 3x plus 3 squared, which is equal to 9. So this would be our answer for this example. That is difference of two cubes. How about this? We have x cubed minus 1. Can 1 be rewritten as the cube of a number? Yes, because 1 raised to an exponent, the answer is still 1. So we can write this as x cubed minus 1 cubed. Therefore, this is difference of two cubes. So the factor would be x minus y, so x minus 1, times all positive na ha, remember? So x squared. Then ito is negative 1 times x man, so plus x. Then plus 1. Remember ha, negative lahat sa difference ng two cubes. Positive lahat. So ito pala yung factor niya. So ganun lang. I-guess mo lang or i-judge mo lang whether the second term can be expressed as a cube of a number. If it's not, then maybe you need to factor out some common there, or maybe hindi pala siya under the difference of two cubes. So yun lang. Next, how about if we are going to factor out a 3-degree polynomial of this type, x squared plus bx plus c. In this case, I can also call this as a trial and error na pagpa-factor. Bakit? So, follow na lang sa procedure. Let's say we have a factor of our last term c, which is equal to a certain factor a times d. Then, in order to verify the middle term b, it must be that the sum of your factors a and d A plus D must be equal to B. So, ganun ha. Kasi, if you're going to use the FOIL method, let's say, if you put here X plus A times X plus D, we can verify na yung B pala is just equal to the inner plus the outer, which is equal to AX plus DX. So, therefore, this is equal to A plus D pala. So, A plus D. So, therefore, if we are going to guess or try a factor for our last term, see to it that their sum must be equal to the middle term. So, let's try an example. Let's give it a try, class. So, we have here x squared plus 7x plus 12. So, ano yung possible factor ng ating last term, which is equal to 12? So, 12 can be a factor of 4 times 3, 6 times 2, or even their negative counterparts. What are those? Of course, negative 4 times negative 3. Then, we have negative 6 times negative 2. So, apat pala yung criteria para natin dito. Then, i-verify mo. Ano yung combination niya para mag-equate siya into 7? So, let's try. How about 4 plus 3? 4 plus 3 is 7. So, ito na pala. So, therefore, combination natin is 4 and 3. How about the others pala, sir? So, negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7. Not equal to our middle term. 6 plus 2 is 9. Negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 9. Therefore, 4 and 3 lang. So, therefore pala, we can say that our factor is x plus 4 and x plus 3. If you reverse this class, kung ifo-foil mo to, mag-result siya back sa given natin. So, ganun lang ha. Ganun lang mag-factor ng second degree of this form. Meaning, wala tayong coefficient sa leading term. Or yung coefficient sa leading term is just equal to 1. I think we have another example for this. Let's say our 8. What is the factor of a positive 8? You can have 8 and 1. You can have 4 and 2. You can also use their negative counterparts. Kasi negative 8 and negative 1 will result to a positive 8. The same thing with negative 4 and negative 2. But, you just choose the combination wherein their sum is negative 6. So, ano ito? Let's try 8 and 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. Negative 8 plus negative 1 is negative 9. 4 plus 2 is equals to 6. But, negative 4 plus negative 2 is equal to negative 6. Therefore, yung combination natin is negative 4 and negative 2. So, our factor now would be x, always copy the sign, minus 4, times x minus 2. So, ganun lang class, pag-factor, trial, and error. So, class, nag-gets na class? You're still following me? Okay, thank you. Okay. So, let's proceed to the next example. How about we are given this? So, meron tayong ganito. X squared minus x minus 12. So, again, let's find a factor of negative 12 na this time class. Take note, negative 12. So, what are this? We can have negative 12 and 1. Or 1 and negative 12. You can also have 6 and negative 2. Or negative 6 and 2. You can also have 4 and negative 3. Or you can have negative 4 and positive 3. See to it that their sum is negative 1 in order to conform with the value of our middle term. So, let's try. Negative 12 and 1, negative 11, di pwede. 6 plus negative 2, negative 4. I mean, positive 4, hindi pwede. 4 and negative 3, this is 1. How about 4 and negative 3? Okay, negative 1. Therefore, ito pala yung perfect combination. Hindi rin ito, hindi rin ito, hindi rin the rest. Therefore, our factor is 4 and 3. So, we can write our final answer as x minus 4, then x and positive 3. So, ganito pala mag-factor using trial and error method. So, next, how about we have here x squared plus 3x minus 28. So, for our negative 28, you can factor this one out as 28 times negative 1 or negative 28 times 1. Or you can have 14 times negative 2 or negative 14 times 2. You can also have 7 times negative 4 and negative 7 times 4. But see to it that their sum is equals to 3. So let's try picking here. So I choose this 7 minus 4 because 7 minus 4 is the only factor that will result to 3. So ito pala yung pipiliin mo, hindi ito. So therefore you can write 7 and negative 4. So therefore our factor would be x plus 7 then x minus 4. So this would be our final answer. So ganun lang class. Isulat mo talaga lahat. Hindi pwede yung ibang combination na hindi ka pwede dito mag-both positive. Hindi ka pwede mag-28 and 1 dito na combination. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi yung product niya is positive 28 which is different from our negative 28. So please be guided. Next, how about we have of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So, paano ito? So, dalawa na yung titingnan natin. You have now the factor for c. Let's say our factor for c is a times b and our factor of a is equals to c times d. Dapat, the middle term should be equal to ad plus cb or ac plus bd. Ganun lang class. Medyo ano na to, medyo mahirap na to na part na to, but it's okay. If it follows this rule, therefore our product or our factor would be okay, our a is c. So we have cx plus a times dx plus b. So ganun. Ganon yung magiging factor natin. So, para ma-visualize nyo to, let's have an example. How about we have 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. So, let's have a factor for our c. Our c can be a factor, or our 5 can be a factor of negative 5 times negative 1, or just simply 5 and 1. How about our 6? 6 can be a factor of negative 6 and negative 1, or 6 and 1, or negative 2 times negative 3, or just 2 and 3. See to it that other combinations will result to 17. So, ano yung mga combination natin? How about if I choose, actually marami to. Pwede mo to isa-isahin yung negative 5, negative 1 dito sa isa, dito sa pangalawa, dito sa tatlo, dito sa pang-apat. But, para madali tayo dito, so I will choose na lang kung ano yung proper combination niya. So, let's choose 5, 1, and 2, 3. So, I can say that 5, 1, at saka 2, 3. Why? Because if I multiply 5 times 3, then I also add 2 times 1, the result would be 17. So therefore, I will put 5 on the outer and also the 3 on the outer. Therefore, my final answer would be 5x. So, ganito mo pagsulat ha. Nasa outer yung 5 plus 1 multiplied by 2x plus 3. Kasi kapag i-foil mo siya ulit, this one would be 15 and this one would be 2. So 15 plus 2 is equal to 17x. So, di ba? Nagets ba? I mean, sorry. Baliktad tayo. Yung 5 pala is para dito sa dito siya sa constant. Kasi 1 times 3 is not 5. So, baliktad. Kasi yung this is our C pala and this is our A. So, therefore, ganito pala pagsulat. So, we have, for our 6, you can have 2x plus 3. Plus 5. Plus 5. Then, I have 3x plus 1. So, same pa rin to kasi I have here 2x and I have here 15x. Sorry, nagkamali pala yun kasi yung factor pala natin sa last is 5 and 1. So, that's why we have 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. So, it depends upon the combination. So, para ma-further para ma-internalize nyo pa, let's say we have negative 11. For negative 11, we have negative 11 times 1. Sorry. Negative 11 times 1. So, yun lang. Or, meron pala. Negative 1 times, or negative 1 times 11. How about for 8? 8 can be written as negative 8 times negative 1. And then, we can also have 8 times 1. Or, we have 4 times 2. Or, negative 4 times negative 2. So, yun lang. Then, find the combination in order to arrive negative 18. Para sa akin, so, ilagay natin sa ganito na factor form para mas medyo hindi mahirap. So, for me, if you relate it individually, so, it will be very long, but depende yan on how fast you are going to find the combination, the perfect combination. So, for me, I'll choose a combination of I can have negative 11, 1 and 8, 1. So, lagay ko dito. Since 8 yung nasa una natin, it's either I put here 8, tsaka I put here 1. Then, sa negative 11 tsaka 1, dapat yung sum niya is negative 18 sa FOIL natin. So, I will put it here, negative 11. Then, dito yung 1. Bakit? Kung dito yung 11 times 8 is 88. Laki-laki na. Kasi dito, you can have 8 and you can have negative 11. So, tama ba? Okay. Here, hindi siya magiging 18. So, mali. So, therefore, iba pala na combination. So, try natin sa iba na combination. Di pala siya pwede. So, let's try another combination class. But for negative 11, we only have two options. Negative 11 and 1 and negative 1, 11. So, let's try negative 11, 1, 4, 2. We can try this one. Itong negative 11, 1, and 4 and 2. So, yes, 4 and 2. So, pwede ito. Ito negative 11, 1, and 4 and 2. Why? So, I have here, put here 4. And then also put here 2. So, dapat magiging 18. But I know that negative 11 times 2, yung inner is negative 22. And then, when I put here a positive 1, so 4 times 1 is 4. Then, we know that negative 22 plus 4 is equals to negative 18. Therefore, this is our perfect perfect na combination. So our answer would be 4x minus 11 multiplied by 2x plus 1. So ganun lang, class. Dapat you should know the exact combination for your factors here that you list. Then apply the full method na imamap mo yung outer tsaka inner na mga answers. Then next, we have factoring by grouping, class. So factoring by grouping, obvious lang, i-factor out mo lang yung common for every term. So here we have two terms. So as you can see, first term and the second term. The common for both terms is x minus 1 squared. Ano pa? So mag-squared ta dito kasi cube dito, ito yung mas mababa. How about for x plus 2? Ano yung magiging factor out natin sa exponent? Hindi din 4 kasi may 3 pa dito. So yung 3 yung kukunin mo. Then, what's left on the first is kinukuha natin yung x minus 1, 2. So mawala na ito. Kinukuha natin yung tatlong x plus 2. Therefore, isang x plus 2 lang. So maiiwan is 3 times x plus 2. How about the second? Siyempre, maiiwan si 4. How about yung x minus 1? Since kumukuha lang tayo ng dalawa, so maiiwan yung isa dun. So we have x minus 1. How about x plus 2? Since kinukuha na yung tatlo, so wala na siya. So therefore, this would be our factor. So ganun lang sa grouping. I-group mo lang siya. So it would be very easier, class, if naka-group na siya. Paano kung hindi pa siya naka-group? So ito yung magiging third example natin. Paano kung hindi pa siya naka-group? This one. For a polynomial of a third degree, so you can just you can group this first and this last. You cannot group the first and the last. Why? Because kapag i-factor mo na yung terms nila, hindi siya magkapareho sa kung i-group mo yung second tsaka yung third. So dapat ito yung i-group mo. And then sa pag-grouping din, medyo gamit dito yung advanced ka mag-mapping ba ng mga values mo. Let's say for this, I can factor out x squared para magiging x na lang yung isa. Okay, so let's group. Para visualize nyo. So I group x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 8. On the first group, I can factor out x squared kasi common sa kanila. So x squared times x na lang dito minus 4 na lang dito. The second group, we cannot factor a common for a variable, but we can factor a common for the coefficient. I can factor out 2 here. So 2 times x. What's left for 8? 8 divided by 2 is 4. So therefore, this is x minus 4. Using factor by grouping, makikita natin sa dalawang term, meron silang common na x minus 4. So therefore, factor it out. So we have x minus 4 multiplied by x squared plus 2. So therefore, this is now our final answer for factor by grouping. The next class, I think I have here a special case. So I will show you some special case. So this is my special case. What if you are given with this trinomial? Do you think it is a perfect square? So let's verify whether it is a perfect square. So let's say our factor for the first term is x squared. The second term is y squared. If it is a perfect square, then it should follow this. Wait lang, class, ha. Wait lang, kay murag na bitawag. Hello, ma. Oh, nagkuhan pa ko ba? Kanang pwede niya lang. Kadyot. Nagklase pa ko. Ako nang ako rin yung gidalik. Ako rin usa sa one ba? Ako rin usa sa department. I-report mo ko. Wala ko internet lagi. Wala ko internet sa boarding house ba? Sige, ako na home nun. Sige, balik lang. Tawag. Huwag may kayong tawag o balik gahapon. Sige, sige, sige. Sige ma, sige ma. Bye, 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 bye. So, okay class, let's continue. So here, let's prove kung whether it is a perfect square or not. So this one is equals to x to the fourth. Then multiply this x squared times y squared times 2. So we have plus 2x squared y squared plus y to the fourth. Since yung middle term is x squared y squared lang, therefore this is not a perfect square. So class, paano ba natin ito i-factor out? So I have this idea. What if we make this thing as a perfect square? So okay, I'll just make this as x squared plus y squared raised to squared. However, based on my result, nagiging 2x squared y squared siya, wherein the given is only x squared plus x squared times y squared. So what we are going to do? Nagdagdag tayo. In short, babawasan na lang natin. So we just minus x squared y squared. Kasi nagdagdag tayo ng 2. Kung i-subtract natin ng isang x squared times y squared, so magiging same pa rin, wala tayong dinagdag. We just change its form. And as you notice class, we can write this as x squared plus y squared minus xy squared. So this is already of a form a squared minus b squared. And what's the factor for this? This is a plus b times a minus b. So, ganon. So, let's solve. This is equal to x squared plus y squared. Yung b natin, so plus xy. Then, sa pangalawa, we have x squared plus y squared minus xy. So, therefore, ma-factor out pala siya, class. It is not unfactorable. It is factorable. So, nag-gets rin nyo, class? I make it as a perfect square. Then, I subtract this term right here in order to maintain the value of our given. So, class, nag-gets na, class? Hello? Are you still there? Napa? Buhay pa? So, nag-gets na ninyo? Actually, tricky ni... Okay, actually, this part right here is parang ano siya, tricky ito na part. So, hindi natin alam, baka lalabas to sa, sa examination nyo. Kasi, mag-contribute pala kami ng mga questions, baka isali ko to. So, bonus nyo na to. Ito na part na ito. So, this is a special case. Depende din sa instructor kung ituturo to nila sa, pero sa akin, ituturo ko talaga to sa inyo kasi this is a special case. Medyo tricky siya kasi parang iba yung method niya on solving. Another tricky part na sad, itong x to the fourth plus 4y to the fourth. Actually, hindi na to maano kasi this is of the form x squared plus 2y squared. But in fact, this can still be factored out. In what way, sir? So, ganito siya. I have a perfect square, x squared plus 2y squared. So, when I square this one, this would be equal to x to the fourth plus, i-multiply natin, 2y squared times x squared. This is 2x squared y squared times 2 is 4x squared y squared. Then, square the last term. So, this is equal to 4 plus 4y to the fourth. This one and this one, magiging same lang sana. Kaso, meron tayong middle term. So, paano to paalisin? Syempre, isubtract din ng ganyan para maalis siya. So, therefore, ganito pala yung forma niya. X to the fourth plus 4x squared y squared plus 4y to the fourth minus 4x squared y squared. Therefore, same ito dito kasi makancel out na yung 4x squared y squared and 4x squared y squared. But this expression is a perfect square. So, hindi natin i-simplify sila kasi makakancel talaga yan. Pero we change the form. So, this can be equal to, erase muna natin para hindi siya lagi. So, this can be equal to the perfect square, which is equal to x squared plus 2y squared minus ito, pwede ito ma-merge or ma-compress into 2xy squared. Again, class, another a squared minus b squared. Therefore, its final answer would be x squared plus 2y squared plus 2xy multiplied by x squared plus 2y squared minus 2xy. So this would be our final answer. Now let's jump to the long division. So meron tayo ditong long division. So para sa division of polynomials, we have two methods. We have long division and synthetic division. So for our long division, this is just the same as dividing a certain number. I mean, we just have this division sign, 8 divided by 2. We have 4 times 2 is equals to 8. And then subtract, we have 0. So the same thing with the polynomials. Yung polynomial medyo complex lang siya tingnan. So draw a division na sign or yung division na bar. So draw it. Then inside the division bar, write the dividend. So ito yung dividend natin, class. Copy mo lang. So you have x to the fourth minus 3x cubed, and you should copy from decreasing exponent. So ano yung kasunod ng 3x cubed? X squared. Sir, sa dividend, sir, walang x squared. So we can just write plus 0x squared. Still the same. Then plus 2x minus 5. Then write the divisor. Ito yung divisor natin. So we have x squared minus x plus 1. So in order to do this, just look at the the dividend, the leading term, which is x to the fourth. Ito yung parang basis natin. So you just write this bar. Dapat you need to find a certain factor that when multiplied by the leading term also of our divisor will result to x to the fourth. So what is this? So just multiply x squared. So multiply kayo ng x squared. Then i-multiply mo yung x squared for every term sa divisor mo. So x squared times 1 is x squared. And then i-align mo din to sa x squared sa baba. Then x squared times negative x is equals to negative x cubed. Then x squared times x squared, of course, x to the fourth. Then perform division. So 0x squared minus x squared, of course, negative x squared lang. Then how about negative 3 minus negative 1? So magiging plus na ito. Then ma-change din ito, magiging plus. So we have negative 3 plus 1. So we have negative 2x cubed. How about x to the fourth minus x to the fourth? Okay, magiging 0 na din to. Then bring down plus 2x. Meaning, i-bring down mo tatlo. Kasi tatlo yung divisor mo. Kapag yung divisor mo dalawa lang yung i-bring down mo. So again, find another factor that if multiplied on the leading term of divisor will result to negative 2x cubed. So ano yung multiply natin? O syempre, just multiply lang negative 2x. Kasi multiply mo yan sa negative 2x times x squared, you have negative 2x cubed. So, i-multiply mo siya individually per term on the divisor. So, you have negative 2x. So, we have negative 2x. Then, negative 2x times negative x. So, you have positive 2x squared. Then, negative 2x times negative x squared. So, you have negative 2x cubed. So perform the minus na operation. So this can be cancelled out. About this, positive 2 minus negative 2. So this change to addition and then also addition. So therefore, this will be equal to 4x. So 4x pala to. How about the second one? Negative x squared minus positive 2x. So this would be equal to ma-change na yung sign, then ma-change punto into negative. So therefore, negative 1 plus negative 2, we have negative 3x squared. So plus 4x. Then bring down negative 5. Then find again another factor that would multiply to our divisor. The leading term of our divisor will result to negative 3x squared. So ano pala yung divide natin? Siyempre, negative 3 na lang. Kasi x squared na siya. So negative 3 times 1, negative 3. Then, negative 3 times negative x. So we have positive 3x. Then 3 times x squared. So negative 3. We have negative 3x squared. I-subtract mo, magiging 0 to siya. How about this? 4 minus 3, we only have x. Negative 5 minus negative 3, magiging positive to. Magiging positive din to. Therefore, magiging 5 plus, negative 5 plus 3, we have negative 2. What's left here is our remainder. Therefore, our final answer would be x squared minus 2x minus 3 plus your remainder na x plus 2, x minus 2 all over your divisor. You have x squared minus x plus 1. Class, I have a hint for you for this. If you are going to recheck it whether your answer is correct, para makuha mo yung dividend mo, just simply follow this class? Follow this formula. So, ano muna natin to? Erase muna natin. So, just follow this formula, class. Yung answer mo, answer multiplied by your divisor. So, divisor plus remainder. So, remainder. Yung makukuha mo is yung dividend mo. So, dividend. If that would be equal to your dividend, therefore, your answer is correct. So, remember, this is your remainder and this is your divisor. So, ganun. Class, are we clear with this one? Naki-clear tayo, class? Naka-follow ra, class? Okay. So, na-follow ra? How about the others? Okay ra? Okay. Gamay? Okay, let's have another example. Again, another example tayo para makatigo mo. So, let's have a binomial na divisor and a trinomial na divisor. So, simple lang siya, class. Ano lang, parang nagdi-divide ka ng number. So, all you want to do is put the dividend on the, inside sa imuhang divide na symbol. So ilagay mo lang. So, you have 2x cubed minus x squared plus 3. Then, write the divisor here, x minus 3. Again, class, operation ng divisor mo sa ibaba is negative or subtract. So, ganito lang, class, para hindi kayo malilito. Mangita ka og factor or any number or expression that when multiplied with the leading term or ang nag-una nga term sa divisor nimo nga x, that will result to 2x cubed. So, unsa man siya? So, again, kung ato siya i-manual, you have 2x cubed divided by x. So, what would be the answer? So, follow the exponent rule. So, this would be equal to 2x squared. Kasi 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. Therefore, ito pala yung i-multiply mo. So, ito yung lalagay mo dito. We have 2x squared. Then, kapag nilalagay mo na yan, dyan, so erase muna natin to. Then, i-subtract mo na, i-multiply mo siya sa divisor mo. So, 2x squared times 3, unahin natin 3. So, we have negative 6x squared. So, negative 6x squared. And i-align mo siya dun sa kapareho niya. Since x squared, i-align mo sila. Then, 2x squared multiplied the leading term. So, you now have 2x cubed. As you can see, if the same number minus the same number, this would be equal to 0. How about this? Negative x squared minus negative 6x squared. Mag-change to siya. Kasi diba, yan yung rule ng pag-add mo ng mga negative numbers. Or pag-subtract mo ng negative numbers. So, change the sign. And also, the sign here will be changed. So, you have negative x squared plus positive 6x squared. The result would be positive 5x squared. Then, bring down positive 3. So, plus 3. So, naka-follow ra. Again, okay. Do you have a question? Kani siya. Actually, gimultiply nimo ang imong nakuha diri nga factor. Diba? Gimultiply 2x squared times negative 3. The result is negative 6x squared. So, na-follow ra? Okay. So, then perform subtraction. So, diba, kapag subtraction, mag-change yung sign ng operation mo, tsaka i-change din yung sign ng number mo. Then, perform addition. So, now, we now have 5x squared. So, again, ulitin natin. You will find a factor that when multiplied to our leading term, sa kaning nag-una na to nga term nga x, that would result to 5x squared. So, para hindi siya lisod sa inyo na part or difficult, so you just write 5x squared divided by x. That is now our factor. So, we have 5x kasi 2 minus 1 is 1. So, ito pala yung ilalagay natin dito sa itaas. Ito yung factor na hinahanap natin. So, just put plus 5x. So, ganun lang para maintindihan nyo talaga. Okay. Do you have a question? Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Ay, sa rule of, if you are going to subtract negative numbers. Okay, balik tayo ha. Let's say we have 4 minus negative 3. If you do that kind of operation, you need to change your subtraction into addition. So, change mo yun into addition and then also change the sign of your subtrahend. Subtrahend kasi to. So, kapag negative yan, magiging positive na yan. So, therefore, 4 plus positive 3 is equals to 7. Para ma-visualize nyo talaga, kapag naka-horizontal to siya, ganito yung forma niya. 4 minus negative 3. Again, PEMDAS. So, ma-distribute. Meron itong invisible 1. Therefore, kapag multiply mo siya, magiging 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. So, ganito lang sa long division. Actually, long division kasi, ganito yung style. Medyo nahirapan ko kasi, bakit, sir, nga nung nag-change man ang subtraction to addition, then you also change the sign of the subtrahend. Actually, simpleng subtraction lang ha, tingnan nyo class. 4 minus 2. Kung imo naglisod-lisoron, apply nimo na rule, you can rewrite this as 4 or dito na lang tayo. Change the sign into positive but you still have negative here. So, it's just the same as 4 plus negative 2 or 4 minus 2. Ulit-ulit lang. So, na-gets na class? For ano to? Rule in subtracting integers. Positive or negative. So, nasabtan na? Okay, so let's continue. So, the second factor, which is 5x, again, multiplied to our divisor. So, multiply natin ng negative 3x. So we have negative 15x. Negative 15x. Then sa first is 5x times x, so we have 5x squared. As you have noticed, class, sir, 3 tsaka 15x, di na siya pwede ma-add. So therefore, bring down 3 na lang. So bring down 3, kasi wala masubtract sa 3, so just write 3. Then, okay, let's try to erase this one first. So, i-bring down na to yung 3 kasi siya lang yung constant dito. Then, since negative 15x is walang kapartner na x sa itaas, therefore bring down din negative 15x. So, plus 3 to ha. 5x squared minus 5x squared, this is 0. So, 0. What's left is negative 15x plus 3. So, ito na naman yung hanapan mo na factor, yung negative 15x na kung i-multiply mo sa i-multiply mo sa x, mag-result sa negative 15x. So, you just perform this as negative 15x divided by x. So, ano yung resulta? Of course, negative 15. So, ito pala yung ilalagay mo dito sa top. Or this would be your factor. So, negative 15 yung factor mo dito. So, class, nagets ra class? Okay. Pangutana. Oh, it's up to you. Pwede. So, if you add here, sige, mag-add na lang ta para pod sa information sa others. So, di ba, mao mo pod ni akong gibuhat ganiya. So, nakalimot na akong butang, but you can add. Since walang x sa given, therefore you can just add 0x. So tama, dapat mag-add ka 0x plus 3. So mao nang gi-bring down lang nako diri kay wala ampo siya i-add. So it's okay, but you can also bring down here 0x. Anyway, 0 minus a number is just the number or anything. Kasi di ba sa natin sa rule na identity property of addition. So, ganun. So, okay ra? Okay ra, class? Okay. Sige, you're welcome. So, again, we multiply negative 15 to our divisor. So, negative 15 times negative 3, we have positive 45. Then, negative 15 times x, of course, negative 15x. Then, perform the minus operation. So, negative 15x minus negative 15, makancel na ito. Kasi if we change it to positive, so negative 15 plus 15, 0. How about this? 3 minus 45. So, magiging negative 42. So, nakuha ra. So, therefore, this would be our remainder. So, our final answer would be 2x squared plus 5x minus 15 plus kung ano yung na remainder. So, negative 42. Dapat yung remainder mo pagsulat, i-over mo sa divisor, which is x minus 3. And as what I have... Okay. Question. Dire. Ang negative 15, mahimong positive 15. Dili kay wala man kay gi-perform nga other operations sa negative 15x like 0 or wala. So just we cannot combine this one. Di mo na ma-combine, therefore i-bring down mo lang. I-carry over mo. Oo. Dili siya ma-affect because you didn't add anything, you didn't perform any operation, so just bring it down. Okay, na-gets ra? Okay. So, in order to verify your answer, so gamitin mo lang yung answer mo times divisor. So, divisor, di na mo agi, plus remainder. So, plus R, plus remainder. Ito lang, class. Bakit ito importante? Kasi during your long exam, I've noticed multiple choice daw. So, therefore, kung multiple choice, depende na gini sa inyong diskarte. I will tell you another diskarte sa pag-answer. If ever you're given a multiple choice, especially if you are going to perform long division, automatic, kung onsay nakasuwat sa multiple choice, you can manipulate those choices. So just use this answer times divisor plus R. So kung yung answer meron siyang remainder, so ito gamitin mo lang to. So common sense, class ba? Yan yung mga hidden na mga paraan na pwede mong magagamit while you take an exam. So ganun din sa board exam, class. Just do reverse engineering. That's why I'll show you methods on how to check your answer, especially for long division, which is like medyo mahaba yung method niya, mahaba yung process, so it is prone to error or mga mistakes due to carelessness. So it is very best if you check your answer. So ganito lang ha, answer times divisor plus your remainder. So if you don't have any question, let's proceed to the last part, the synthetic division. Class, sa synthetic division, this is a bit easier, simplified, at hindi ka ma-stress nito. Bakit? Okay. Just write the inverse of the division sign. Inverse. Kung nakababa yun, ito nakataas. Then, just write, class, the coefficient of each term. So ano ba yung mga coefficient? Yun yung mga number before variable. So for x cubed, we have an invisible 1 here. So write 1. For x squared, we have -4. So ilista mo lang. Dapat, class, in descending order of exponent. Hindi mauuna si constant paglagay dito. Hindi mauuna sa x squared paglagay dito. Dapat i-arrange mo muna yung polynomial bago mo siya i-plug in sa ating synthetic na division. So here, x squared tayo. Hindi tayo punta agad sa -5 ha. Kasi this dividend can be written as x cubed. Yung complete talaga ha, dapat in complete form. 4x squared plus 0x minus 5. Therefore, meron pa lang tayong leading coefficient ng x, 0 lang. Kaya hindi nilagay dyan kasi 0 lang naman to eh. Pero, importante yan na ilagay mo sa synthetic division. Kasi, if you don't put it there, it will lead you to a wrong answer. So, please provide 0 to those terms that has lacking siya. So here, lacking yung x, so just put 0. So put 0 kasi yung next ng x squared is x, then the constant which is -5. For our divisor, this will be put here. But you cannot say our divisor would be -3. You must need to equate your divisor to 0. Again, equate divisor to 0. So x minus 3 is equals to 0. So, transpose -3 on the right side. So, x will be equal to +3. Therefore, +3 pala yung ilagay mo dito. So, nakalagay ka na dyan. Then, put a bar here. This is, guys, opposite to the long division. Why? In long division, you perform subtraction. While in synthetic, you perform addition. So, addition ka sa, again, long division is subtraction, while synthetic division is addition. So, i-add mo siya. Add mo yun. Patungo ka dito, add ka. So, 1 plus nothing, wala dito. As what I've told you, wala kang pinaperform. Just bring down or carry over 1. Then, after that, ito yung pattern. Yung 1, i-multiply mo siya sa divisor mo, which is equal to 3. So, kapag nag-go ka upward, yung operation is multiplication. Take note. Go downward, the operation is addition. So, 1 times 3 equals 3. I-input mo na siya dun sa next. So, 3. Then, as what I've told you, go downward is addition. So, negative 4 plus 3 is equals to negative 1. Class, are you following me? Okay, wala naglibog. Okay. So, again, same, go upwards, multiply. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Put it here, negative 3. Then 0 plus negative 3 is just negative 3. Then multiply again, negative 3 times 3. Kasi nag-go ka upward, so multiplication. This is equal to negative 9. Put it here, negative 9. Then add negative 5 plus negative 9. The answer is negative 13. Kung manonotice mo, sa last part mo is hindi siya nag-0, meaning meron siyang remainder. So, negative 13 would be your remainder R. And then, sir, ano yung answer natin? So, kung anong nakasulat dito, this would be the coefficient of your answer. Okay, meron tayong coefficient. Ang tanong, like, ilang degree ba ng exponent tayo mag-start? Is it x or x squared? Or same lang, x cubed? Or maybe more than x to the fourth? Of course, obvious naman to na sagot. Kapag nag-divide ka nito, mas lower talaga yung exponent mo kaysa sa dividend mo. Therefore, if your dividend is in a third power, therefore, your answer should be less than that power, less than 1, compared with that power. So, therefore, yung exponent pala dito is x squared. So, for the first term, our coefficient is 1 lang kasi nakalagay dito 1. How about the second term? Negative 1. So, therefore, this is negative x. So, pasunod gini siya. 2, then 1. Then, our final term is the constant which is equal to negative 3. Plus the remainder, negative 13 over your divisor, x minus 3. This would be our answer. Class, nasunod ra? Nakuha ra, class? Nagets nyo? Okay. May question yung isa. Again. Negative 13. Ito, negative 13 yung remainder. Since if you go downward, class, yung operation is addition. So, negative 5 plus negative 9 is negative 13. Diba? If like sign, just add and then copy the sign. Nagets ra? Oday! Sorry. Negative 14. Sorry, negative 14. Proud pa kayo, negative 13. Sorry. This is negative 14. So, sorry class. Sorry. Tao lang. So, thank you for correcting. So, this is negative 14. It's not negative 13. So, another question. Naipangutan na ang uban? Okay na? So, ato i-try ha. This is not negative 13. This is negative 14. So, be active. Dapat participate para makasunod mo sa process. So, let's have the final example for synthetic division. Okay. Na-question? I heard something. Wala kasunod? Medyo putol-putol. Again. Sure. Zaman, okay, dili. Okay. Sige, let's Okay. So if you experience nga nag-data loss or nag-lag mo. So don't worry, kay I will post this video on YouTube para na may replay ani. So let's have our final example. So again, class, in having synthetic division, you just write the coefficient of each terms, and the polynomial should be in a decreasing order of the degree of exponent. So x to the 5, 4, inspection mo muna, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's a perfect example of polynomial. So just copy the coefficient. So we have 2, 5, negative 2, we have 2, negative 2, and 3. How about our divisor class? Again, you equate x plus 3, which is our divisor, into 0. Then, transpose this. So, we have x is equals to negative 3. Kasi diba, kapag mag-transpose ka ng number on the other side, magiging negative na siya. So, kung mag-negative siya sa isang side, i-transpose mo, magiging positive na din siya. So, just the reverse thing. Next, negative 3 pala dito. Then again, though this bar, then put addition. Kasi addition yung operation if you go downward. So, 2 plus nothing is 2. Then, 2 times negative 3 is equals to negative 6. 5 plus negative 6, this is equal to negative 1. So, interrupt lang ha kung medyo naglibog mo or medyo nagkalisod mo. So, negative 1 multiplied by negative 3 is positive 3. So, I put here positive 3. Then, negative 2 plus 3 is equals to positive 1. Then, 1 times negative 3, again, negative 3. 2 plus 3 is equals to negative 1. And negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. Then, negative 2 plus 3 is equals to positive 1. And positive 1 times negative 3, the answer is negative 3. Add the last. 3 plus negative 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, we don't have a remainder. Factor gid siya. What siya remainder. So, in getting the final answer, base your answer on the resulting number here below. Again, the degree of your answer is 1 less than the degree on your dividend. Since the degree of your dividend is 5, your answer will start at 4. So the first coefficient is 2, so you have 2x to the 4th. Second coefficient is negative 1, so we have negative x cubed. Third coefficient is 1, so you have positive x squared. Fourth coefficient is negative 1, so you have negative x. And then fifth coefficient is 1, so just the constant 1. Therefore, this will be our final answer for synthetic division. So class, do you have any question? May question, class? Hello, nagets ra? Okay ra? Sure, basig na pa'y binta na. Okay.